Miss Pugh, don't speak over me. Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on. Listen, Miss Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me.
Where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
You can go back with the bailiff. Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
All right, guys, today's case is wild. We've got a strict judge and a sovereign citizen who clearly has no clue what she's doing. She literally walked into court holding a scrap of paper loaded with the usual sovereign citizen nonsense. Like she really thought reading that off would let her just walk out without handcuffs. Honestly, I'm shocked she could even read the script in the first place. This hearing gets heated fast, and trust me, it's worth watching. Let me know in the comments. Do you think she actually believes this stuff, or is she just stalling for time? Let's dive in and watch how this disaster unfolds.
Good morning. Are you Janetta Pugh?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the what?
I am the beneficiary of that estate.
You're the beneficiary of what estate? Answer my questions, please, ma'am. I'm just trying to understand.
Beneficiary of that estate.
Okay.
For the record, I recognize Ms. Pugh. She's been here before.
I do as well, for the record.
And I looked into Mr. Christopher Wiley. I can't find that person as a practicing lawyer in the state bar page, and I have not been contacted by anybody on Ms. Pugh's behalf.
All right, so Ms. Pugh, Mr. Lewis has been appointed to represent you at this point. Obviously, you know as well as anyone that you're in custody and we want to get your case taken care of. If you've hired or your family has hired another lawyer, then they have to contact the court so that we can do something with your case. And do you know if they've hired someone?
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree with your appointed foreign agents, considering that the first duty is to the state and will be considered conflict of interest. You know?
Okay, so if you don't want, the only thing I can do, I'm appointing an attorney to you to help you, right? So if you don't want a court-appointed attorney, then your only option, two things. One is to represent yourself or to hire a lawyer. So if you don't like the way it works, then you do something different. So are you, listen to what I'm saying. Are you either going to represent yourself, or are you going to let Mr. Lewis represent you, or are you going to hire someone?
Objection, Your Honor. Respectfully, is this a court of record?
It is a court of record. So your objection's overruled.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, where is the verified claim that is being placed against my trust?
It's right here. It's called an indictment. And Mr. Lewis has a copy of it, and he can show it to you. So that would be the verified claim against you.
Okay. Your Honor, there were writs that was filed to the case that still haven't been received.
I've received your petition for writ of habeas corpus, and it's denied.
Okay. Respectfully, Your Honor, I demand to be released due to lack of evidence of stated claim and not being given the proper opportunity to obtain proper counsel to effective defense.
It's overruled.
Okay.
You're running out, aren't you?
No, it's fine.
No, it's definitely not fine. She's making a complete fool of herself right now. And honestly, it's kind of entertaining. I've got to say, I'm really enjoying the judge's attitude here. She's just sitting there, calm and patient, waiting for this sovereign citizen nonsense to burn itself out. And it's hilarious, because these people always act like they've discovered some secret legal cheat code, when in reality, that's just not how the law works. Courts have ruled time and time again that saying, "I don't consent," doesn't magically make charges vanish. Jurisdiction doesn't work like that. I'm honestly surprised this sovereign citizen could even read the script at all. Because let's be real, that's rare in this community. But seriously, how did she even end up here? She actually seems polite, she's using your honor, and all that, but it's obvious she's lost and just grasping at straws now. What do you guys think? How does someone fall this deep into the sovereign citizen rabbit hole? Reading the script is one thing, But actually standing up in court and saying it out loud? That's a whole different level. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and stick around, because this hearing isn't over yet.
So here's the thing, Miss Pugh. I appreciate your position, but listen,
Respectfully, Your Honor,
Miss Pugh, don't
with my
speak over me.
incarceration- Respectfully, Your Honor, with my incarceration.
Miss Pugh, just because you say respectfully does not mean that you get to interrupt me. That's disrespectful, right? Hang on, listen to me. Everything you have there is overruled. And here's one of the reasons why, is because you have a lawyer. And your lawyer will file the appropriate motion. You're interrupting me again, which is disrespectful. So I'm going to leave Mr. Lewis as your attorney unless you choose to represent yourself or hire someone else. I'm going to give you 2 weeks to determine what you're going to do. You can go back. You can go back with the bailiff.
I do not agree or comply to your appointed.
Go back.
Agents.
You already said that, and that's overruled.
Is to the state.
Go back with the bailiff. Get your own attorney or represent yourself if you don't like it.
Yeah, that was embarrassing. But hold up, because this saga isn't over yet. Believe it or not, this sovereign citizen actually comes back for a second round. And don't worry, I've got that hearing lined up for you guys too. At this point, though, I honestly think the judge deserves some kind of award for sheer patience. Dealing with a sovereign citizen like this girl is basically like arguing with a brick wall. Except the brick wall thinks it knows constitutional law. Props to the judge for keeping it together. She's being calm, sharp, and honestly pretty patient, all things considered. Yeah, she's throwing in some snappy remarks, but who can blame her? This situation is beyond ridiculous. Personally, I think the judge is handling it as professionally as possible without losing her mind. But I'm curious, what do you guys think? Is she being too patient or just right? Let me know your take in the comments. And stick around, because the next hearing, it gets even messier. Let's dive in.
Perfect. So, Miss Pugh, Mr. Jeffries has been appointed to represent you. He's just been given, he's trying to get caught up real quickly on all the information and the discovery in your case. I'm going to reset your case so that he can get all of that. Once he gets it, he'll be out there to go over it with you, and we'll see if we can get an announcement at the next court date.
Respectfully, Your Honor, I do not agree to comply with any of the appointed court agents, considering that their first duty is to the state.
I understand. We've had this conversation before.
Conflict of interest. And for your record, I'll be representing myself.
So if you want to represent yourself, there's some things. Ms. Pugh, stop talking over me. If you want to stop talking over me. If you want to represent yourself, then there is a process that we have to go through, and we'll do that today if that's what you want to do. We'll get your case set for trial, and we'll go forward that way. It is highly inadvisable for you to represent yourself. Lawyers have many, many years of training. They understand the law. They understand how a trial works, because here's what happens. When you're in a trial and you represent yourself, you're expected to know and follow all of the rules of evidence, all the rules of procedure. And so you're really at a disadvantage if you don't know those things. And so you have to do everything just like the assistant district attorney would. And if you don't, you're going to be in front of a jury, and it's going to show, and it's just not going to be, it usually does not work out in your benefit. But I have to go through with you some questions first before we do that. And then if you still want to do that, then there's a couple of things couple of options, and we'll go over those as well. Okay. So I am supposed to ask you, I'm going to go through these questions. I need you to answer them if you want to represent yourself, because this is required. All right. So have you ever studied the law? Okay. Have you ever represented yourself before in any kind of criminal matter? Okay. Do you understand the charges against you?
I know been accused of.
Okay. And so do you know, and we've gone over before, I think, what the range of punishment is if you're found guilty on a jury? Do you know what that is? Let's see. Hold on a second. Let me pull you up here. We'll go over that again as well. The date of that allegations from June 22nd of 2021. And what that means is if you're found guilty, that the range of punishment that the jury could give you is between 2 years as a minimum punishment up to 10 years in prison, anywhere in between. Do you understand? And you answer out loud just for the record.
Do I understand? No, I don't understand.
What do you not understand about that?
Honestly, guys, I knew she was about to say that. At this point, sovereign citizens have basically taken over my brain. I feel like I'm losing brain cells every time I cover one of these cases. And yeah, it's funny for a bit, but then it just gets sad. A lot of these folks clearly have some deeper issues going on, but beyond that, they're burning through public resources like it's nothing. Courtrooms aren't theme parks. Wasting time like this affects real cases and real people. What really surprised me, though, was that she didn't bring her little sovereign citizen script this time. Maybe that stay under county jurisdiction knocked some sense into her. Or maybe she's just got it memorized now, who knows. But here's the kicker. If she actually decides to represent herself, she's looking at a possible 8 to 10 years behind bars. So let's dive back in and see if she's really about to make that mistake. Because honestly, it's not looking good for her.
I don't understand, Your Honor.
So here's the thing. If you want to represent yourself, by law, you have to be able to understand these things. Otherwise, I've got to appoint an attorney for you. So you can't just say, I want to represent myself because I don't like the attorney or I don't like the process. This is the process that you're in. You live in Texas, you live in the United States. This is the law that applies to your case. So what do you not understand about the range of punishment if you're found guilty? And I'd be glad to explain it.
I don't understand because I haven't did anything wrong.
That's what a jury's for, right? And so if you say you're not guilty, then you go in front of a jury and they determine after they listen to the evidence if you're guilty or not. That doesn't have anything to do with if they find you guilty, you understanding that they could send you to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand that part? What are you, yes or no? No, you don't understand that. So, Ms. Pugh, it's my understanding, I'm not going to allow you to represent yourself because you don't understand the law and the process. So we're on question number 4 out of 15 that I'm supposed to ask you. So Mr. Jeffries is going to stay on your case.
I don't know when Mr. Jeffries on my
I don't care what you want at this point. You can't do it. All right, you can go back with the bailiff. I'm done. Go back with the bailiff.
It's not on my case.
Go back with the bailiff.
It's not on my case.
Welcome to the criminal appointment list.
Yeah, fun, Judge.
This was not meant to be any kind of punishment, I promise. So Mr. Jeffries, get ready like you would. Probably it's going to go straight onto a jury. And we'll just get it figured out that way. All right.
I agree with you. The judge in this case handled it about as perfectly as anyone could. She gave that sovereign citizen every possible chance to explain herself, stay respectful, and actually follow the law. And when it became obvious that wasn't happening, she shut it down professionally. Honestly, 10 out of 10 for patience and control. Most people, myself included, probably would have lost it way earlier. But yeah, watching these sovereign citizens self-destruct in real time is wild. It's funny for a minute, then just sad when you realize how deep into the delusion they are. I'm with you. It's both cringe and addictive to watch. Let's be real though. This girl was never walking out of that courtroom without getting shut down. I'd say the judge stayed firm but fair. If anything, she was more patient than necessary. What do you think? Was this judge too soft or just right? Let me know your honest thoughts.